Okay, so before I tell this story, I should preface it by telling you something about myself, and that is that I didn't grow up here. I grew up in the sticks of Northern California, and I'm half redneck on my father's side, half hippie on my mother's side. So being half hippie and half redneck, that means I'm a little bit sensitive, but I'm also kind of a dick. Means I smoke weed, but I look like a narc. Mm-hmm. So knowing that about me, I will now tell you this story about cats. Because we're cat people. My wife and I are cat people. Both of us grew up with cats in our childhood, and we both came into the marriage each with cats. If you're a dog lover and you're shaking your head, you're in luck, because this story is about an asshole cat. And her travels in and out of our lives. Her name was Mixie. My wife got her before we got married, and she was an asshole. She would, as you were passing her by, and she was sitting under a chair, she would reach out and claw your ankles. Not in a loving way, but she would hiss and try to bite you. And my wife was really attached to Mixie because they were together by themselves when my wife had nobody, you know. And I kept telling her, that cat's an asshole, you know. So flash forward another year or two, we have kids now, and we have our first baby in the house. And Mixie decides to turn it up a notch, okay? And not only is she threatening to either bite or claw the baby, she is now peeing in two very special spots in the house, okay? She's peeing right next to the baby's crib on a daily, and these are cats that have their own doggy door in and out of the house, and at this point we've now put in a litter box for her, hoping that she'll stop peeing in these two spots, right? And this goes on for months and months, where most of my friends are like, dude, I would have gotten rid of that cat a long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, I want to get rid of it, but it's not my decision, it's my wife's cat. You know, finally, the cat actually ends up peeing on some of the baby's toys, and she says, okay, we can get rid of the cat. We can get rid of Mixie, you know. So I take care of it. I take Mixie to the pound, and they assure me that she'll probably be adopted. And I'm thinking, they don't know Mixie, you know. So I have no sentimental attachment to this cat whatsoever, and I grew up a hunter. So I know what's going to happen to Mixie, most likely, you know. So I leave, and then I think it's like 4 weeks later, 6 weeks later, my wife calls me while I'm at work, and she says, oh, hon, they're going to put Mixie down tomorrow. I've been checking on her, and they're going to put her down tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah? Do you need me to pick anything up on the way home for dinner? She's like, we need to go get her. I'm like, what's this we stuff? I'm not going to get that cat. I hate that cat. If you want that cat back in our lives, you have to go get it. So my bleeding heart wife drives to the SPCA in Conshohocken on Ridge Avenue, and she gets Mixie, and she brings her home. And Mixie comes home, and Mixie does not pee in the house. She's reformed. Prison did her good, you know? Like whatever the in-house program, maybe it was a Bible study, I don't know. But she's now a reformed convict. And we can't believe it. We're telling our friends, oh my God, and this goes on for months, right? Holy cow. We scared the piss back into the cat, you know? So 6 months down the line, she's she's like an alcoholic. She has one accident, and then it's another, and then it's another, and then it's another. And sooner or later, now she's peeing on the kids' toys. She's peeing in the same 2 spots. And this goes on for like another 6 months of literally having to clean up cat urine like 2-3 times a day. My wife finally says, "It's okay. You can take her back to the pound." So I take her back to the pound. And I am not hurt over this, you know? So I walk into the pound, and I walk up to the counter, and I bring Mixie in a little cat carrier, and they say, "You know, are you sure you want to leave her here? She's been here before. She's been tagged as a unadoptable cat, and we're going to put her down today or tomorrow." And I said, "Yeah, that's fine. No big deal." And they said, "That'll be $25. And I said, "Sure, here you go." Give them their $25. And I take a couple of steps back, and this sobbing, weeping lady next to me who has to part with her cat of 20 years, which is terrible because this is a sweet, loving cat. She's got to let go of it. She's crying, and the guy tells her, it's $25, but it's $10 if you take the body home with you. And I went, "Whoa, hey. You didn't tell me about the take the body home discount. I want the take the body home discount. And by the way, if you have any others back there that need to get out of here, I got a truck and a shovel." So that was the story of Mixie the reformed cat that came back.